Chicken Cordon Bleu, one of our favorites that we have yet to throw down on the Blackstone. Thanks to this collaboration with Tommy from Gallery Backyard BBQ, we're finally taking the chance to show our take on this amazing dish. You want to see how we do it? Stick around while we dig in.
I can't believe the WALTWINS. They're right there. That's one of them. That's the other one.
I'm the other one. Hey, welcome back. I'm Adam. I'm Brett.
And we are the
WALTWINS.
If this is your first time here with us, welcome. Consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these cooks that we do together, especially when we're doing cooks in a collaborative fashion. That's right. Tommy over at Gallery Backyard BBQ did this not too long ago on his Pit Boss that has the griddle function. Looked amazing. And he also did it a couple of years ago on his Blackstone. I like the way he did it recently. And after doing a little bit of research and a little bit of conversation back and forth with Tommy, we decided, you know what, we want to give our take. So this is how we are collaborating with Tommy on this one. Tommy, we're excited to see what you throw down choosing one of our cooks. It's going to be fun. So don't forget, after you check out and see how we do the chicken cordon bleu and see if we did Tommy proud, go over to Tommy's channel, Gallery Backyard BBQ. There's a link to his channel. Also check in the description below. See what goodness he's cooking up right now. So Brett, in case you've forgotten who Tommy was, he inspired the Molly Smash.
Oh yes, he did.
We saw how Tommy did this. We're gonna do a very similar, a little bit different though, with just a couple of slight changes. So Brett, why don't you get to the groceries? By the way, I realized Usual Suspects is not here. We need the Usual Suspects.
All right, well, I will talk about the groceries and not picture the Usual Suspects, all right?
So I'm over here going like, how are we gonna get those? He's already moving on. Let's go.
Here's what we got. We got the chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast that we are using here with this wonderful boar's head sweet ham from Publix. We are going to be also topping them with Swiss cheese and honey mustard. This recipe calls for Dijon mustard. We're not huge fans of the Dijon, so we are going with the honey mustard. Then we are going to be dredging them in flour, then buttermilk, and then panko, and then throwing them on the Blackstone. But first we got to get to butterflying the chicken.
Usual Suspects acquired. We're gonna go ahead and show you how Brett does this. So Brett,
yes,
walk us through. So this is basically the butterfly cut and then going into the seasoning and build here.
And pounding.
And pounding, yes.
All right, so when you're doing a butterfly cut, the best way to do it is you want to push down very firmly, and then halfway through, you want to start cutting, holding firmly to the chicken. Now, we are not going to be cutting all the way through. This was just so we can open it for the build. Now we've got the butterfly. Okay, I'm gonna come a little bit further that way. But we don't want to do it all the way so we can close it and the cheese won't go all the way. So now we are going to take this and put it in the baggie, and then we're going to hammer. Now, we could not find our hammer because it was left at another cook location. We're going to use this garlic press stone to match. So what we want to do
Where did we get the garlic press stone, by the way? Where did we get this idea?
From Adam's mother-in-law, Cuban mother-in-law, who, in fact, this is what she uses when she is doing.
Show that up again. Show that stone. There it is.
Yeah,
and
she uses the actual stone, but this is the garlic press stone. So we're gonna be able to do the same thing now. Just lightly push it because this is a heavy stone. It could go through and actually do some damage to the chicken and break through. So we're just lightly, kind of just letting the weight of the stone do the work. Yeah, I don't even know if we need the meat hammer tenderizer anymore because this stone is doing such a good job. And it's like minimal effort on my part. It's literally just picking up the weight of the stone and kind of letting it drop back down. So that, look how much bigger it is now. Mind, because it is so thin now, it is going to cook very quickly on the Blackstone. Okay. We are seasoning the outside of the chicken breast with the Usual Suspects. We're gonna be pretty liberal with this. I'm also gonna add a little bit to the flour and the panko.
Ooh, I like it.
We really like the Usual Susps.
Usual Suspects is our favorite. We use it in a lot of these dishes whenever we can. If you are unfamiliar with our Usual Suspects, the recipe is down below.
Okay, so now what we are going to do is honey mustard first.
Now, in case you missed, we are using this honey mustard. This is a deli style honey mustard. We're using this because we are just not fans of the Dijon mustard.
And you can see we're just using a
that
little
smells
bit.
really good though, bro.
Yes, it does. I love honey mustard.
So like Brett was saying, we just use a little bit, okay?
Okay, and then we're gonna take our baby Swiss. Lay it down. Okay, and then we are going to go ham.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got these ready to go. Let's go ahead and get them in the dredge and get these on. All right, so where we're at, Brett is gonna go ahead and add a little bit of oil here. Okay, it's a semi-shallow fry, but we're also gonna add butter just before we start cooking. Now my oil is gonna start puddling up right back here, so we'll pull it in, and we just wanna get that up to temp. We are medium low. This is gonna be cooking at high 300s, low 400s. We're at the top part of low, and we'll get this going. Okay, so Brett, let's get the dredge.
All right, so I'm gonna take the first one.
Okay, this is so big.
It is. Now it feels super thick, but the majority of that is the ham and cheese inside because the chicken is butterflied very thin.
All right, listen to that wind pick up.
My guy.
Ooh, we got a storm coming in.
Okay, so, and you want to make sure you get all nooks and crannies with this. And then this is looking good, and then I'm gonna move it on to the buttermilk. All right, I'm gonna just try to have one buttermilk hand.
Why is that, Brett?
Trial and error. Trial and error.
You've learned the fun way?
Yes.
Okay, now Tommy used the egg dredge, which we've used a lot of times. We happen to have the buttermilk. We're like, let's do the buttermilk.
We just feel like this cuts out on the time, and the egg, sometimes it feels like it just doesn't stick the way we want it to.
Yeah, we feel like we get a good stickage with the buttermilk for sure.
So in the panko, you gotta make sure, again, that this gets all tossed completely covered.
So as soon as he's done, we're gonna pull this onto and start cooking. So the only thing we wanna do, we have two things to worry about. We gotta make sure the chicken cooks through here, and we need to make sure that we don't burn the panko. So there we go, we get our butter right here. Let me bring that back here. This is where we're cooking right here, Brett. Go ahead and toss it on before that butter burns.
Butter burns.
There we go. So we're just gonna let that cook on there for a few minutes. Again, we wanna watch that because we wanna make sure it cooks but does not burn. Get a little more oil. We want this to absorb just a little bit. Okay, so as Tommy suggested, we're gonna peek because we want it to cook but not burn. Okay, so the key is we're just gonna keep flipping and flipping. So I'm gonna pull this up, get ready, get a little more oil down. So a little moisture from that chicken is laid down. That's why we're getting some of that splatter. So we're gonna lay some butter. This is how Tommy did it, and I liked it, so we're sticking with it. Right there is where we're gonna cook. And we're gonna just carefully flip that over.
Look at that golden brown.
Okay, a little golden brown. This is why I wanted to flip it. We'll make sure we get those edges as well. We should let this cook. All right, so we got this one going. Clear a little space. Let's get the next one going here. Get my oil down. There we go. Yeah, flatten that. We didn't do that on this one. All right, so I'm gonna clean up some of this extra panko-age. These extra breadcrumbs, they're just gonna cook on here. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, that one's just about ready for a flip. Get that on there. So we really wanna let those cook through without burning. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this one for the first time because we're gonna keep doing this. So we got the initial.
You want butter?
Yep, lay that down. And get our butter down. And then when we flip from time to time, we may add some more. Now we've done the shallow fries, which is what we were kind of expecting to do, but we really like Tommy's technique, so we're sticking with it. So I'm gonna flip this here.
Ooh, nice save, bro.
So eventually we're gonna wanna get the sides too. If we can't get them cooking through and get this panko cooked up, we'll push and we'll utilize the sides. The side right here is really hot. We've got a lot of heat. We'll just utilize the sides. And that's actually some tips we've taken from a lot of people, so we appreciate the tips that we get. All right, so to help with this process, the cooking process, we're gonna go ahead and dome these up. Go ahead, bro. so these are cooking really nice. As you see, we're almost at 160, and I'm just checking the chicken temperature. I'm not checking the ham inside. So the chicken is cooked just about all the way through. So now it's just a matter of really getting the outside to finish up. So the first one that we did is just about done. So we're gonna move Brett's off the direct heat here. All right, let's get a flippity flop, and then we'll take the timpity top. So the second one is a lot larger. It still needs to cook, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Let's get this build and show what we're dealing with. There it is, man.
Boom.
This one turned out perfectly. Our other one got a little too crispy on the other side. When we started to pull this one off, I left it setting a little bit. That's why we say, and Tommy warned us, you got to make sure and babysit it. By the way, don't forget, after you're done checking out this awesome video, go over and see what Tommy cooked up, giving his take on one of our cooks. We can't wait to go over and see it.
Yeah, absolutely excited.
We might see you there in the comments as well. But Brett, like we say, it can look amazing.
This looks absolutely amazing.
Looks like a chicken cordon bleu.
Amazingly enough.
This can smell amazing.
It can smell, and one smell that has come from this cook that surprised me is the honey mustard.
The whole time, the whole cook. But Brett, if this doesn't taste amazing, we already cut this so that we could get these going. Then this was all for naught. Cheers, I'll eat to that, my brother. I like want to dip it in something. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow, that is, by the way, good call on the usual suspects. They go so well with that
flavoring,
with the honey mustard. The Dijon mustard, I'm sure, would be fantastic with this. We just don't care for it. The honey mustard is perfect. And that breading, the chicken is so juicy and tender and cooked all the way through to perfection.
I promised our help I would pass along after I had a couple bites. Some of the best chicken cordon bleu I've ever had, dude. The cheese is just creamy, and you know what? We could have gotten more cheese like you wanted.
Could have. I actually wanted to layer more cheese in. I wanted to put cheese between the ham. I would have wanted more cheese because the cheese brings out so much.
Even more ham, too.
Even more ham. More of everything. Yep. We could have packed these things.
Yeah, you know what this tastes like.
What's that?
More.
Of course it does, Brett. Does this prove once again that you can literally griddle everything?
You can griddle everything.
On
So it seems.
Man, this thing is amazing, and I love doing the chicken cordon bleu. Tommy, thank you for the recommendation. You were so specific about making sure you don't burn that breading, and you were right. Here's the thing, it's only a little burn.
Yeah, just slightly.
So the family gets that one. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna split that up. We will still have that one for sure as well, and I'm happy. And some people say, you know, does it always work out perfect? No, it doesn't. Sometimes we burn them, but we didn't want to ruin the cook.
Well,
so
and that's not ruined by any means anyway. It's just slightly darker than we would like, but it's still gonna taste amazing. We already know what this tastes like.
Right.
That's gonna taste the same, which also tastes like more, by the way.
I was just gonna say, it does taste like more. But Brett, aside from coming and doing this awesome banger of a cook, thank you again, Tommy. Again, check out Tommy, Gallery Backyard BBQ. Link is in the description below. Don't forget to show him some love. Aside from coming to do this collaboration with Tommy over at Gallery Backyard BBQ, and aside from coming to make this amazing dish, why else are we doing this?
Because all we do is twin,
No matter what. And with that, we bid you adieu.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
And griddle on!